Hello and welcome to Rebels Radio latest interview. I'm joined by Slough Town joint manager Jon Underwood to reflect on last night's trip to Merthyr. How are you feeling, Jon?
Yeah, not bad. A little bit jaded.
Well, I can imagine it's a tough trip, tough to get players down there. What was the squad situation yesterday?
Yeah, I think it was well documented that there was a few issues. You know, when the game gets rearranged at that stage, players have to go in on Monday and try and get out of work. We had a couple, Guy and Tom, both unable to get there because of work commitments. Scott Harris, who was a real concern with his knee anyway, also had a job on in the afternoon, so in the end he didn't travel down either. So we're a little bit light in terms of numbers, but we were more than happy with what we went into.
Yeah, you
the
went
game
in with a strong 11.
Yeah, we did, and obviously two senior players on the bench. So barring lots of problems in the game and injuries and whatever, we were quite confident with what we were going in with.
Yeah, two of the old faces back in the team as well, welcoming Summers back, who had a great game, and obviously Rummy, fresh off the plane from the States, straight back in the starting 11.
Yeah, great to have them both back. I thought Summers did very well last night. He's done very well on his 3 games at Badshot Lee. He came straight back in and gave a very good performance. Rummy, Rummy gave us exactly what we expect from Rummy. He was a bit jet lagged, but he gave us great energy and good quality.
Bit of a different setup and shape to the team yesterday as against Saturday.
Yeah, we did change it. Obviously, we had a good look at them on Saturday. We knew, obviously, going to play on their 4G surface, where they like to get it down and play. We wanted to match them up and try and frustrate them and put 3 in midfield against their 3. So we went 4-5-1, which we don't. It's not our favourite system, if I'm honest. We like to be a little bit more attacking than that. But felt it was the right thing to do to try and stop them playing and play a little bit on the break. And to be honest, first half the plan worked very well. I mean, they did have a couple of chances, and we had a couple of chances, but I think we got to grips fairly quickly with the pitch and fairly quickly with how they were trying to play. I mean, their movement is fantastic, and the way they keep the ball, the way they pass the ball. Is as good, I think, as good as we've seen in the last kind of 3 years or so. Me and Bakes, we said last night, we can't think of a side that passed the ball better than them. Their energy levels, their pace, their movement was superb. And to be honest, to get in with a clean sheet and to be one up at half time, we were delighted with the lads.
A great goal as well, a set piece.
Yeah, it was. We worked really hard on our set pieces. That one actually wasn't technically one of our options that we work on, but the ball ended up being pulled back to Jake, and it was a fantastic technique to hit it first time. A great finish, and I think that they would argue 1-0 to be 1-0 down was harsh on them at half time. I'm sure they would, because they had loads of possession, but I really thought as we got to half time we'd got the measure of them, and we knew our jobs and we were frustrating them. They stopped creating chances as the half wore on, and we went in at half time, very confident.
What were the key messages that you gave out then in that half time talk?
Well, obviously to keep doing what we're doing in terms of the jobs we were doing. I think that the one area where we thought we could improve was when we won the ball. It's very difficult. You work so hard to stop them playing, and then you win the ball back, and then sometimes you don't have a lot of options on forward to get the ball forward. Obviously, just Johnny up there, and I thought a few times we rushed a pass and then gave the ball away. We needed to show a little bit more composure, so that was something we asked for second half.
And obviously not the start that you wanted to make.
No.
Second half, conceding very quite early on, and 2 goals in very quick succession, both of which you could argue are a little bit soft.
Yeah, I want to say all 3 goals were preventable. And I think it was 3 in the first 15 minutes, which made it a massive task for us. But as well as we defended for the first 45, the 3 goals were disappointing. The first one, the left back set off on a run. I think he got a little bit lucky initially, and the ball broke for him, but we never really got a challenge on him, and he drove it across the face of goal. I mean, Summers got a hand to it, couldn't have done any more, and it fell to their lad to tap it in. I guess the killer one was the second one coming straight after. Ball fell to Billy Jeffries in the box. 9 times out of 10, even more, he would smash that out of the ground. And the thing was, we'd just asked the players to try and show a bit more composure. He said he looked up, saw nobody to clear it to, and I guess tried to be a bit clever and tried, but he was in his own box, and I think he probably took our instructions too literally there, and he held his hand up, and Billy's been brilliant for us since he's come into the side, and he knows it was the wrong decision to make.
Yeah, and it was tough because it just then gives that impetus to Merthyr, who really didn't need it. They were quality, they were creating all these chances, and it was a killer blow, to give away that, you want to make the other team work for those.
Yeah, we needed to go out and frustrate them for another 20 minutes, and I think the crowd would have got frustrated, and they would have got frustrated, and the danger was as soon as they went in front, we obviously then had to change our game plan, and we were just preparing Eddie to come on to put a second forward up there when the third goal went in. We were trying to be proactive and try and get ourselves back in, and just as he's kind of getting stripped to come on, the third goal goes in, and that made it a real uphill task at that point.
Yeah, and at that stage, did you kind of feel 3-1 down, huge open game, Merthyr full of energy, bounding forward and creating chances very frequently?
Yeah.
Did you feel it was over?
Yeah, you never think it's over, and the reason we put Eddie on is because it gave us another goal threat, and we also knew if we were to nick a goal, it would put some doubt back in their mind. The next goal in the game was going to be crucial. Obviously, we then opened up a little bit more, and they obviously then were able to hurt us a little bit more. So they had chances to get a fourth, and then we started to kind of offer a bit of threat going forward. But obviously, it was very late when the second goal for us came, and I think it was right on 90th minute when it happened, and we didn't get a lot of opportunity after that. We left Billy forward just to try and create a bit of panic, but we never really got the chance to hurt them again.
So overall a fair result. Merthyr deservedly winners.
Yeah.
Who from a Slough perspective stood up well?
I thought Summers had a good game in goal. I thought everybody worked hard. I thought Johnny had a thankless task up there against two very good centre halves. I thought he did well. The three in midfield, Searsy, Clergy, Rummy, ran their socks off as we knew they would. I'd say we weren't disappointed with anyone's performance. I think everybody, we tried to be really positive after the game. There's no point going in there and hammering them after the game. We could have focused on the goals and really picked a few players out, but when the players give you that level of performance, that level of effort, they play to the instructions that we gave them. You can't really ask a lot more.
No, and I don't think for anyone at the game and also those listening wherever they were, I don't think it was a question that Slough underperformed. It was just that Merthyr were exceptionally good.
Yeah, I mean Merthyr were very good on Saturday at our place. They were even better last night. They, as I said, their passing, their movement, their pace all over the side. They're very strong at the back. We thought they were outstanding. And I think I tweeted. I think if they were in the Southern Prem, I would put them as one of the favourites for the title. I certainly would put them up there with Weymouth and Poole, if not above, in terms of the teams we've seen this season. So, the only reason they didn't come up was they lost a playoff final, and we all know how playoff games can go either way. So I fully expect them to get promoted, and then I would fully expect them to be amongst the favourites for the Southern Prem next season.
Which of their players particularly impressed?
Obviously, Gavin Williams gets talked about. Obviously, he's played for Wales, he's played for West Ham, and his quality was there for all to see. He's got a brilliant goal on Saturday, and he really pulls the strings for him. And McLagan up front. The other two wide boys, Traylor and Morgan, both quick. As I say, great movement, great quality.
Everyone comfortable on the ball.
Yeah, I mean, they're so used to playing on that pitch. I mean, no way are we using the pitch as an excuse, but I think, we know it helps the team. That it has to help the team that plays on there every other week. We've all trained on that surface, but playing a game is very different to training. And I think it's very different in terms of the impact on your legs as well. I mean, one of the decisions we made was to leave Eddie and Ben on the bench, and they're both. We did a session on a 3G on Thursday, and Eddie really struggled for the next couple of days because of it, with his back and his knees, and Ben's the same. So it's a surface that you need to get used to as a player, and they were very used to it. It suited the way they play, and it's a real tough ask to go to Merthyr and win. I think, on reflection, if we were going to get through, we needed to do the job on Saturday. And Saturday was where we were disappointed in the performance of our lads. If we'd have played to our potential, I think we had a good chance Saturday, but we didn't. We gave everything last night, but that wasn't enough. They were better than us last night.
And did you have a few words with Jenkins after as the manager?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we just were full of praise for them, really. Sometimes you've got to sort of hold your hands up and congratulate them on the team they've put together and the way they play. You can't say you enjoyed watching them play, but as far as an opposition manager goes, they were a joy to watch. Some of their football was fantastic, and sometimes there's no point in you can be miserable about these things and look for excuses and blame the referee and all those sorts of things, but we got beaten by the better side, and we congratulate them on that.
Yeah,
and
good luck to them in the next round.
Yeah, exactly.
Where does that then leave Slough? Obviously out the cups, so now focusing back on the league. Been good form on the league recently.
Yeah, we're really positive. We were positive in the changing room. We were positive on the coach on the way home. We've got to make sure that I was going to say start a run now, but we're already on a run in the league, and we need to just continue that. As I've said recently, we've got a lot of home games coming up. Although we didn't play well on Saturday at home, we have done in the previous 2 league games with 2 wins. So we need to now really push on in the league, and I think we've said it a few times. Our aim is to keep the playoffs in sight.
Yeah, critical period running up to Christmas.
It is. We could, if we have a good spell between now and Christmas, we go into the new year in touch with the playoffs, and you just never know. It's not going to be easy. It's a tough league week in, week out, as we keep saying, but we actually got a lot of confidence in our squad. I think we're strengthened now through to January with Rummy coming in. Come January, Adam Fowler will start to. We're not going to expect too much from him, but he'll be close to being involved. If we can steer clear of injuries, then I think we've got a really strong squad. It's not a massive squad, but I think it's a really good quality squad. I think we've got competition for places, and our aim now is to really kick on in the league. And we said to the lads last night, this can still be a really good season for us.
Well, we look forward to enjoying that and seeing how it all pans out. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll catch up with you again later in the week.
Okay, cheers, John.
Cheers.